back. Welcome back. So I'm a day late, dollar short. I did not go live yesterday, and my apologies, but I had like a last minute soul inspired trip that I had to go on, and I just kind of threw caution to the wind and drove up to the mountains for the weekend, and it was lovely. It was so much needed. So I was traveling yesterday and I couldn't go live, but I felt good today, and so I thought, well, I'll go live now and see what's going on for all of the zodiac signs for this upcoming week. We're going to go Aries all the way through Pisces and see what kind of messages we have. So if you're in here, say hey to me. I'm going to run through this pretty quicker than I usually do because it's 5 p.m. I don't usually go live at 5 p.m., but my energy tends to dwindle as the day goes. I usually like to do readings first thing in the morning. But like I said, I'm feeling good today, so I'm going to go for it. And yes, hello. If you're in the area that I will be in this weekend, I am doing a live event, which I haven't done a live event since 2018-ish. I did a few 11/11 events, and then, of course, the world lost its mind, and we've been home ridden. So I am doing a live event where you can come and meet me, and I'm doing readings, but not for everyone that comes because I'm only one person. But I do have 5 pre-scheduled readings that people purchased ahead of time that I'm going to do. And then I'm going to do a few walk-ins. So it's if you want the information on that and you're in the North Carolina area, you can check out the details on my Facebook, as the info is linked there. And yes, we're going to be maintaining all of these state regulations, so distancing, all of that good stuff. But I thought it would be fun to do in-person readings again. So we're going to do a little Halloween blast on Friday. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to light my sage. I'm going to do a meditation before we begin. Let me see what cards I want to use. I'm liking these. I've been liking these, but I think I'm going to do these. Okay, these two. I need to switch up my decks. I have so many different tarot decks, and I only use a few of them, even though I have like 20 of them. But I get used to my favorites, and then I just keep using them. But okay. So as usual, I'm hoping for the messages for the highest good of all of those who are drawn to watch me. If you're here, that means you have a message waiting for you. So even if it's not within your zodiac sign, if you're here, you're here. Law of attraction drew you to me for whatever reason that is. So let's go ahead and meditate. If you don't meditate, just do a quick run to the bathroom or whatever. I'm gonna kind of go in a different place for a second, okay? Okay, so Aries. Thank you for allowing me to meditate. I already have a message for Aries, so just so you know, I asked for the messages for the highest good. Aries, for some reason, I had Beetlejuice pop into my head, so I don't know if some of you are watching Beetlejuice, you love Beetlejuice, but particularly the scene where he goes live action. So I feel like either you're in the Halloween spirit, or you love that movie, or the message is live action, meaning you're looking for a lot of action oriented, or you're feeling a lot of impulses towards certain actions, is what I'm feeling. And I felt like this, I don't want to say an impulsive nature, but when I did your reading, Aries, for the one I posted last week, I felt like an impulse or a desire or some sort of inspiration calling you forward. And so I kind of felt that here again, you know. Yeah, so that was interesting, and let's see where this is headed for my Aries. Live action. So, Aries, let's see. So you have, as I say, live action. This is my rolling the dice card, so that makes sense. So again, I feel like there's an enthusiasm and optimism here for you this upcoming week. Luck, because now I have luck be a lady playing in my head. So this is like believe in yourself, Aries, because what you believe in is yours. It's about seeking positivity, exploring new potentials, maybe even taking that risk, right? And I felt that some of you have like a desire or an impulse that's kind of drawing you forward, because I felt like a hesitancy in the past, or a hesitancy in the energy, and then just being like, you know, kind of removing that from your energy and allowing inspired thought to drive you into whatever this is, that live action that you are taking a part in or participating in during this week, etc. So your law of attraction card says desire. I cannot make this up. Desire is the beginning of all creation. There's that word desire again. So this is saying, Aries, you have a desire for something, but your belief is standing in the way, right? And a belief is nothing but a practiced thought, right? So you are maybe reaching for something or inspired for something, but then kind of doubting that you could do, could have, could whatever. And it's like, get out of your own way, take a roll of the dice, because it's just a matter of changing your beliefs about what is possible for you and probable for you. Because some of you have set your expectations way too low. And I mean that in the kindest way, but like some of y'all are wishing for things that are way below what you are deserving of. And or you are just not setting the bar high enough. And Spirit wants to remind you that you can only get what you expect, and you can only get what you ask for, and your belief has to match. So it's saying like you need to set the bar a little bit higher in what you believe is possible for you, and then come from inspired action and move forward. So I'm going to do one card for you, one card for the person you're dealing with. Like I said, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on each sign. I've been doing more intuitive channeling than cards. And I told you guys like 6 months ago that I was headed that way, because it's been something I've been practicing and getting very good at. And so I want you to not be upset when I don't use as many cards as I move forward in my own journey. It's just I don't need them as much. So that's just a side note in case you're wondering why I'm not pulling as many. I'm kind of headed in a different direction, in a better direction, a more expansive direction. Yeah, that's the right words. And I guess the reason why I'm telling you that is because maybe this is your thought process about something, like wanting to expand, setting your sights too low, Aries, and needing to raise the bar for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Raise the bar for yourself. Put that challenge out there for yourself. Aries, you love a good challenge. Don't tell me you don't. All right, so here is the Strength card. So again, I heard follow your intuition, but that has nothing to do with this card. But it's like finding your strength, Aries, this upcoming week, having the courage to go for something that your heart desires. Also understanding that, you know, life is eternal, as promised in every writing you could ever read. And so once you come to understand that, it matters not so much about, well, what happens if this happens and what happens if I get shut down or I get declined. It's just like, well, then you take that for what it is and you keep moving forward because you can't get it wrong and you never get it done. And like Aries, you need a reminder of that. Can't get it wrong and you never get it done, so you might as well have the experience. Go on the journey of life. So many people are so afraid to go on that journey for fear of what if, but it's just a fear. It's not real. So I feel like you have the strength here showing up, okay, to move things forward. And yeah. And then I heard Sasha Fierce, which is so funny because isn't that Beyonce's like pseudo name or something? Sasha Fierce or something like that. And the song I got for you, Aries, in the reading I did last week was Halo. So maybe go check out that song. It's almost like if you could see yourself, how your source, your divine counterpart sees you, you would see your halo, you know? And so I feel like this is almost a continuation of the energy that I picked up last week. So if this is resonating with you and you want more detail, go watch that reading again. Because some of you watched it the first time and you took away a little bit, but not all of it. So go back and watch it. Person you're dealing with is the King of Pentacles. So I feel like this person is a bit closed off to you. Don't mind me readjusting. Okay, it's a girl thing. This person is a bit closed off in their energy. I feel like they want to get down to practical matters, or that may be how they are in general. It certainly could be an earth sign, or they may have heavy earth placements. But I also feel like this person is someone that likes to get down to brass taxes, right? They don't need the airy-fairy, all of that crap. They're someone who's like cut to the chase. And I don't know what that has to do in regards to you, but you're having expansion in your life. And this person's practicality may kind of dampen that or keep you more grounded. So it's like it could play off of you in two different ways. Sometimes this person's opposing energy can help keep you grounded and less impulsive, and or sometimes this person's grounded energy can kind of dampen what you believe is possible for you, therefore limiting your own expansion. So it just kind of depends on if this person is vibrating high or vibrating low, meaning they're in their highest aspect or their lowest. But I just feel like it doesn't really matter because you're standing in your power this week, Aries, and expansion is here for you. So it's like you just believe in yourself and do you and live your life. And those who naysay will come to see what you have done with your life. And then they will have no choice but to give that respect, you know, even if they never say it to your face. And it was interesting because I had a conversation about this with a tarot reader, actually, that submitted her reading for Read the Reader, which I totally forgot to give her a shout out, so I'll do that here in a minute. But she was kind of blocking her own growth because she was so afraid of like what her family would say and would they deem her crazy and, you know, all of this nonsense. And it's like, you can't make your life decisions based on how other people are going to respond to that. Because FYI, those same people, they don't know who they are anyways. So who are they? Who are they to tell you what's possible for you? Most of them aren't even achieving what's possible for them, so it doesn't matter. You know, you got to take it with a grain of salt. So Aries, you could be dealing with Leo or Earth, is what I have out predominantly. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, and I have water at the bottom of the deck here. But it could be any zodiac sign. I'm going to clear your energy out and go into Taurus. All right, so Taurus, I saw an image of somebody putting a book back up on its shelf, and then I heard, put that book back on its shelf. I think that's from a song. Anyways, it's really interesting that I got that message because I got a coloring book message. Not literally, but some of you, yes, it was literally, but I got it more figuratively in that, if you have time to kill, why not kill it in a colorful way? You know what I'm saying? Like making the best out of the moment. And so it's interesting that I got another message about put that book back on the shelf. It's like kind of putting something to the side or away just for a moment. You know what I'm saying? So if you've had something rattle you, or an image or something you're holding on to, and you're reading too far into things, it's like just put it to the side. Put that back on the shelf. Come back to it later is almost what I'm getting. Like when you read a book and you are really into it, and then maybe you start to get sleepy, or like you get way far into it that you're reading the words but you're not hearing the message anymore. That's when you put the book back up on the shelf. You know what I'm saying? So figuratively speaking, this is like you can only drill down something in your mind so far before you are going down a rabbit hole, so to speak. So it's like, think about it just long enough to get a perspective and then shelf it. And I feel like that's kind of your overall energy or message for right now, actually, but this upcoming week or whenever this resonates for you. So let's see. You have the second house, which is interestingly your house, the house that you rule. And interestingly enough, there is all kinds of stuff in these drawers and a shelf. So this is also highlighting your material world, your possessions, finance, talent, work, career, worthiness, security, your credit score. That kind of stuff. It's highlighting assets. Okay, so work may be predominantly important, or finances might be predominantly on your mind during this time frame. Some of you are trying to like creatively create a budget or a career or something to do with your assets, and it's like, okay, you've thought of it, but you've overthought it. You know what I'm saying? You thought it to death before you could even go to inspired action. So it's like, whatever the situation that's happening is just, like I said, put it back on the shelf, come back to it with a fresh mind. Just leave it alone for a little bit, Taurus. And when you come back to it with a fresh mind, it'll make more sense to you. You'll have the answers you're not feeling right now, etc. No way. It says, I'm not here to fix anything. I'm here for fun. That's what I was just saying. It's like, because you're so focused in the problem, you are not seeing the solution. So just let it go for now and have some fun. Lighten up, because 9 times out of 10 problems solve themselves when we stop fueling them. You ever notice, like, if you have a disagreement with someone and you keep trying to explain yourself, and then they explain themselves, you explain yourself, and then they explain themselves, it just keeps getting more tumultuous because you're giving energy to it. And what you feed your focus to, you give momentum towards. And what you give momentum towards, you create more of. So it's like the best thing you could do is just to, cut it off at the source and know when to put the book back on the shelf and then let it resolve itself. Watch it resolve itself. Watch it resolve itself as you sit back and just find joy in the present moment and relaxation in what's happening right now, okay? So I feel like some of you have really been, you almost been trying too hard. You know what I'm saying? If that doesn't say put that book back on that shelf, I don't know what that else would say. Does this person look bothered to you? No. That's the stance you need to take, Taurus. It's like, just who saw it, have a calm moment, take time out for yourself, get emotionally balanced. Don't react when you are emotionally imbalanced, or you just create more problems for you to fix. So it is learning to who saw it. You know what I'm saying? And naturally, things will progress. Naturally, things will start to solve themselves and the answers will start coming in, because I see a message coming through here. Now, it could be a literal message or a message from your higher self, but I just feel like the answers that you're so hurriedly even trying to solve, the solving of is not in killing it to death in your mind. The solving of is releasing it from your mind and giving it up to a higher source. That's why they say give it up to God. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to step back. The person you're dealing with is the world. So wrapping up some cycles, closing up some chapters over here. This person could be, I heard cyclone. That's an interesting message. They could be kind of a cyclone of disaster. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be dealing with someone that's just like, wherever they go, disaster will follow, you know, because they're really messy with their energy, or at least they're being that way this week. And it may frustrate you, or you may feel like you need to fix them, which that's a flawed premise right there, because first of all, you can't fix other people. You can only fix yourself. But by you staying calm, cool, collected, this person will naturally figure out the answer themselves because they won't have a choice. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like letting someone clean up their own mess and not interjecting, you know, just allowing them to figure the answer out by themselves. And maybe you felt that that was cruel in the past, or that you didn't trust that they would do that, so you did it anyways. But I'm saying sit back, because this person needs to come to their own conclusions and own answers during this time frame, and the solution will naturally arrive, okay, without you having to do much at all, actually. So there you go. Could be dealing with a fixed sign: Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus again, water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Earth, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, like I said. Gemini. All right, so Gemini, the energy that I got for you is pulling a rabbit out of a hat. In fact, I got a song that went with it. The rabbit in a hat and a bat. Wish I was a little bit taller. Wish I was a baller. It's an old song right there. but mostly the image was making something out of nothing. Making something out of nothing. And I think Geminis are extremely talented in this. And I mean this in a good way. Although sometimes Gemini, you make something out of nothing in a not so good way, meaning you're jumping to a lot of conclusions, you're expecting the worst, you're making mountains out of molehills, stuff like that. You're letting your imagination get a little too far away from you and not in a positive direction, I feel. On the highest aspect of that, what I meant by making something out of nothing is that Geminis have this incredible ability to not give two Fs, which make you master manifestors. Meaning there's very little doubt in your energy because of the quickness and the energy of the twins, the Gemini, and the mirroring effect that Geminis have. So because you don't take the time to like dwell like maybe some other signs would, or to process like every little thing. You just kind of say it how you see it and then you move forward. You are usually a good manifester of what you want because of that innate ability, right? So I feel like that could go one of two ways, or for some of you both. You might be making something out of nothing, at the same time making something out of nothing in a different way. So let's see. Gemini. Something told me not to use these cards. So I'm actually not going to use those for you. This says, I look for more reasons to appreciate. So sometimes when we make something out of nothing, it's because we're not appreciating the moment that we're currently in. We're not appreciating where we're currently at, what we currently have, and we're letting outside influence, other people, worst case scenarios enter our mind. And then, you have to be careful what you consistently feed your thoughts and your emotional reactions, because law of attraction is always at play, whether you're aware or not aware. So it's like you get what you ask for, even if you don't know what you're asking for. All the more reason to give thought and consideration a little bit more to what it is, not just what you're thinking, but how do you feel about that? And if something constantly triggers you or annoys you, stop giving it attention. Stop giving it your focus, because you're creating more of it. And some of you are going so far into it, you're going into worry and anxious states that do not serve you and is also not the truth of who you are. So, like I said, appreciate. Now, some of you are already high vibing. I got some high vibing Geminis that watch me. So you are already doing that, and you are literally manifesting something that you've wanted. Now, some of you took the manifestation challenge that I put out, and you're getting evidence of it. Others of you, it's like something that you wanted to come to fruition, maybe coming to fruition because you're vibing high, because you're in the energy of appreciation and being present now, and you have been consistent with it. If you have been consistent with it, then this week is going to give you more reasons to appreciate life, and I mean like in a really good way. And yeah, I keep trying to get cards from that deck, but it says no, so we'll move on. All right, so give me one card then. Yeah, you're getting some new ideas. Learning about things. You could be dealing with a Taurus, so she is reading a book, or have Taurus in your chart be on the cusp for some of you. But it's like, yeah, you're getting an idea for new ways of living, new concepts, learning new things. By the way, reading would be helpful for you. Something that calms your mind, that makes you be present in the present moment. Podcast, something that captures your mind if it's messy, to keep it focused, like that type of energy, because I see new ideas coming through for you. I have a song. This time, baby, I'll be bulletproof. That came out of nowhere. So maybe check that song out. Bulletproof. It's like when you have this belief and you're in a high vibration, you are bulletproof. You know what I'm saying? So, person you're dealing with, I only wanted one card, but I got two. You could have somebody on the outside looking in. They're not happy for your success, you know, just to be honest with you. And or they're feeling a sense of defeat, loss, or rejection in their own life right at this moment, or you know, during this time frame. And it has to deal with either friendships or career or the home. But I feel like this person's in a low level energy, Gemini. So this could be the person that is making mountains out of molehills. Certainly it could be you or them. You know, trying to cause trouble because they're feeling troubled. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for the $4.99, Misty. I'll talk about it in a second, okay? She asked about the manifestation challenge. So if you want to take it, I'll talk about it in a second. But whoever you're dealing with, yeah, it's a sense of like, I can't win. But they're making mountains out of molehills. You know what I'm saying? Because they're coming from a space of insecurity when they say those things. And it's really not the truth of who they are either. But it may just feel like, you know, life seems fun to other people, but not to them. And then they don't really understand that, or they may want to cause trouble because they're feeling troubled. You know, they may want to tear down your ideas as well. If you're having all these new ideas, and say for some of you, this new level of appreciation is new behavior, and this person is used to the old you, and they want you to act like the old you with the old behaviors, they're not liking your come up game. You know, they're not liking your growth because they feel they can't relate to that. And I posted a meme about this on my Facebook actually, which is when you start spiritually growing, you're going to watch some people walk out of your life. And it's not because you're closing the door on them, Gemini. It's because they can't relate to that. And so they feel diminished by that. But that doesn't mean you diminish yourself to meet them where they're at. You know, because this person needs to raise their vibration. And they'll get there when they start appreciating what they have. Okay, so like I said, this could be a vice versa reading for some of you. I've got air here, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and fire, Aries, Leo, Sag, and Pisces. Possibly earth. So the manifestation challenge, real quick, if you want to do it. Now, this is not unique to me. Okay, this is an Abraham Hicks teaching, but not all of you watch Abraham Hicks, and that's totally fine. You don't have to. You don't have to follow anything I follow. Follow what feels right to you. But hold an object in your mind for 17 seconds. You want it to be small, something insignificant, like a penny. When I did it, I did a button and a feather. But I've done butterflies, just something that you could naturally find in your environment. Hold it in your mind, 17 seconds. Don't think any other thought but that thought. Envision it. And then let it go. Let it go. And when it shows up in your environment, and it will. It usually shows up when you give up on it. It usually shows up when you stop looking for it. Because you release the resistance towards it. But when you find said object, whatever it was you held in your mind, I want you to show appreciation for it, and then accept that you're much bigger than what you currently believe you are. In fact, your energy and your connection with Source is so magnificent, it will bring to you anything that you want, just by the belief that you are connected. And so it starts with a button, but it's as easy to manifest a button as an empire. The only difference is how many of us believe we're worthy of an empire and how many of us believe we're worthy of a button. Because the only thing separating those two people is the belief that they're worth it and that it's coming. So it's actually a practice of faith. Okay? And a lot of people do not they do the challenge. They don't know why they're doing it. They just do it to see if it shows up. And then when it shows up, then they say, oh, okay, I got to look into this. So it's also a way to intrigue your mind because it'll demonstrate to you what you want is yours. I don't just say that to say that. You are absolutely connected. You are absolutely connected, being heard all of the time. Every thought is heard and responded to immediately. Asking it is given. All right, that was the challenge. Now I'm going to clear that out and I'm going to go into Cancer energy. Okay, so I got an image of someone molding clay, molding the clay. And coincidentally, I also got an image of someone meditating. So some of you have been practicing your meditation. Yay, good. And it's helping you mold the clay of your own life. Others of you, this is saying, you know, if you want it, you got to work on it. And what you're working on isn't what you think it is. A lot of times molding the clay is molding ourselves. Thank you for the $1.99 Power of the P. I like your name. So it's like kind of getting your hands dirty. You know what I'm saying, Cancer? It's like if you want it, then you need to get your hands in the mud. You need to do the molding yourself and create what it is that you want. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, if you're meditating daily, you're going to get there a lot faster because you're going to be really connected and you're going to be getting inspired thoughts that are going to help you get there. But even just keeping your hands busy is going to help distract your attention as well, you know, because a lot of times when we keep our hand busy, it is a distraction method, so to speak. All right, so I have Taurus energy here. This is very earthy. It's so funny. This is earthy, practical energy. I was just talking about molding the clay. Earthy, practical, steadfast energy here. Some of you could be dealing with Taurus. Also, you know, seeking pleasure, getting some rest, a very grounded type of energy, okay? This is also talking about tenacity. And I don't know why I'm getting all of these messages. Some of you have lost like the tenacity to mold your own life. You just allow yourself to be molded by others, or maybe that's a pattern that you had in the past, or somebody that molded you in childhood is not the mold that you currently fit in anymore, because I heard breaking the mold. And I think I did get some like childhood messages or parental messages in the reading I did for you last week. So yeah. This says physical well-being is only a thought away, and whatever abundance I seek is mine. This is a hard one for people to grasp, that their physical well-being is tied to their emotional well-being. And yet science has proven this over and over and over. And every spiritual teaching ever written talks about well-being and your body's ability to maintain its own well-being. But we, as a society, have kind of come away from who we really are to such a degree that we think that there are external forces at play, and we have all of these external means to correct things that our body has the full capability of correcting. And some people even get mad when I talk about this, because they want it to be something outside of them, right? And this is not to like guilt or shame anybody that's going through anything with their physical well body. This is just a reminder that your thoughts about your body will always accurately reflect the way your body functions, because your thoughts and beliefs about what your body's capabilities are will become the truth, because everything that you have a practice thought about or a belief about will manifest into the truth. So if you tell yourself and have been telling yourself since you were a child that your metabolism sucks, let's say that, or you've always been told, well, our family suffers from this, and then that was ingrained, and we all suffer from this, and we all suffer from, and you're told that over and over again, you forget the well-being that is naturally yours because it's programmed out of you right away. I mean, have you watched TV lately? They'll have you buying all kinds of crazy pills and stuff and telling you how terrible your body is. I mean, it's kind of hard to watch. If you're truly connected and you know your well-being is intact, it's only a thought away. It's only a thought away. But it's hard for people to grasp that. So if you have been set in a certain belief pattern, you're getting what you ask for, but you're not consciously aware that you're asking for it. And so meditation will help break up that thought pattern. And I'm not saying don't seek medical advice. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying practice your thoughts around your wellness. Practice the thoughts. You know, continue to do exactly what you're doing. Continue to go see whoever you're seeing. But start changing the thought pattern little by little. And every time it creeps up, like, oh, there's that pain again, or I'm always going to be this weight, or oh, here it is, I'm sick again. I want you to change it to I'm well. I'm well. My body has 100% accuracy rate with healing itself. It always heals itself. You know, I'm a well-being. I'm a well-being. I am of well-being. I am well. I am well. And start telling your body the things you want it to do, and see, watch how it changes. And also meditate. All right. I didn't mean to go into that. But for some of you, like, your physical well-being is being highlighted right now, and it's important that you pay attention to what you're feeding yourself. Okay. So here is the Nine of Wands. A little bit guarded, a little bit defensive. So you're going to hear how crazy my house gets when my son comes home, because his dog absolutely loses it. And there's nothing I can do about it. Until he walks in, they're going to bark and bark and bark and be crazy and be crazy. And then they're going to whine and they're going to cry. And then when he comes in, they'll greet him. They'll be fine. But anyways, just ignore it. Cancer. Nine of Wands. Feeling defensive, feeling guarded. Some of you didn't like the message I just gave, because that's not what you've ever heard before. But, you know, truth hurts sometimes. But it's like, no need to be guarded. No need to be in this energy. Some of you are guarding against pain because, again, physical pain is showing up. Like, you're guarding against it, and because you're tensing up, it makes it worse. So this is saying, again, if you're feeling pain, and I'm not saying don't seek medical advice, but I'm saying if you can relax into it, like, and feel, it almost will feel like a tingling or a burning sensation at first. If you can just completely relax into it and allow the tension to release, your body will do what it naturally does, which is release endorphins, right? To give you pain relief. So it's almost the tensing up against it. I don't know why I'm getting all of these. I don't even do physical well-being readings. And I'm not honestly very comfortable doing this one. But that's kind of what I'm feeling. If it has nothing to do with physical well-being, it's emotional well-being, tensing at a thought. And every time you think that thought, you feel sad, you feel depressed, and it's like, stop tensing against it, stop tensing against the thought, allow the thought in, accept that it's there, accept wherever you're at vibrationally, and ease out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because tensing against it, say if it's in regards to emotional well-being and it hasn't manifested into the physical yet, will help to alleviate some mental pressure or emotional pressure you're feeling. Can't help what readings I get. All right, so person you're dealing with is the Page of Cups. I have like all of this air running through me. I don't know if you have indigestion or they do or somebody suffers from that. But I got like the burps or something. Anyways, Page of Cups. This person is wanting to be more open and available. Okay, this could be a friendship or a child, you know, because I heard for some of you it's a child, like a rambunctious child, and you're like kind of guarded towards them for whatever reason. For other people, for others of you, this is like kind of an emotionally immature person that you feel a bit guarded against. You know, you don't maybe trust what they have to say or how they feel. And this could be the person that creates that emotional or physical response inside of you, which I think needs to be looked at, right? Because you tensing against it or guarding against it is pushing it. I don't even say it's pushing it further from you. It's amplifying it in your energy, okay? Because you're giving focus to it. So it's kind of like Taurus's reading, which is interesting because I have Taurus's card where you need to put the book on the shelf for this week, Cancer, and just let it go for now and focus on you and your wellness. Because again, even if you're not having physical issues, some of you just downright need to focus on your well-being. And I'm not talking about prescribing to a diet or running 300 laps, although if you want to, great. I'm talking about the inner dialogue well-being of what are you telling yourself? What are you telling your body? You know, and paying attention to that. Important. All right, so could be dealing with Pisces, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus. Sorry, I didn't mean to spend so much time on Cancer. But that was an interesting message there. Okay, we're going to go to Leo now. I have a song already. You don't know what we can find. Why don't you come with me, little girl, on a magic carpet ride? I don't know if that's for Leo or Cancer or both, because I didn't even get into the meditation and it was there. Okay. And if you know that song, put the name in the chat, please. Let me try. Let me go again. Okay, so Leo, I have an image of a queen sitting on her throne, and she's placing the crown on her head. So some of you are queen, you know, queen bee, baby, or you think you are, or you're feeling that way, you know, because it's like, put your crown back on. I don't know. If you're a masculine, certainly you could be feeling like a queen, but I feel like there's a predominant female in your life that you view in that way. And I can't tell if that's good or bad, but that's kind of what I feel. So let's see what that's about. says, I can always reach for a thought that feels better. This is making the decision to have that confidence in yourself, Leo, which I think a lot of you have felt the resurgence of during this time frame, but it's been a long journey. You know what I'm saying? And it's been a long time since you wore your crown. You know what I'm saying? And it's like time to reclaim what's yours, or reclaim your power, or there's something about reacclimating for some of you. And this could be in lots of different areas of your life where you're reacclimating. Could be in work for some of you. But thank you for the $5. That's the words that I got. So let's see. Leo, what's going on? Yeah, allowing. This is seeing the potentials. And I feel like maybe in the past you weren't always seeing the potential, or not staying consistent in it. Because like I said, I heard reclaiming. Reclaiming what's rightfully yours for some of you. This is giving hope. It is a growth cycle for you, Leo. So I think you're going to be realizing the rewards during this time frame once you allow it in. Because there's something coming to fruition here that is giving you more hope and what's possible for you, I feel. And it could be in the form of financial compensation, or just feel, you know how you feel when you're reclaiming your power? It's like one of the best feelings in the world, especially if you've been in a state of disempowerment. Then it even feels better. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, is that not worth its weight in gold? And some of you, like, your spirit guide wants you to recognize that is what you're here to achieve. Isn't that worth its weight in gold? Reclaiming who you are, reclaiming your power, isn't that where it's really at? Because it really doesn't have to do with the crown or the jewels or the palace. It has to do with the emotional journey of, you know, that reclaiming, right? And so that's kind of the process that you're going through during this time frame, and realizing the reward in that. Okay. So here's the Queen of Pentacles. Well, if that don't say self-worth, I don't know what says self-worth. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is this is the queen on their throne. Look at that image. All right, so whether you're male or female, this is understanding your worth, Leo, and seeing the potential that you hold when you allow it in, and choosing thoughts that are in your highest good. Now, if you're not high vibrating during this time frame, you're not going to see any changes. You're going to get more of the same. Like, if you're, some of you, I don't really think this is many of you, if at all. Some of you are going more into the ego with it, to your lower vibration, where you're kind of closing off your energy, like too proud to beg is what I heard. So there's a difference between reclaiming your power and being too proud to beg, you know? And I know that's a song, but it's like pride has nothing to do with it, you know? There's a humbleness that's needed for the true allowance to come in. It's like, true people who feel their worth do not feel the need to shove others' face in it, you know, or to disempower someone else. When you're truly empowered, you empower others, you know. That's the difference. That's the difference. So figure out which one you're in and course correct if you need to. Person you're dealing with, Four of Pentacles, well, they're pretty stubborn. You know, I see this person as having a fixed position or a fixed behavior trait that I don't think you're going to be able to change. But of course, they're not going to be able to change you either, because we're not here to change other people. We're here to change ourselves. I don't even say that. We're here to experience ourselves. But our path has nothing to do with anyone else, you know. So if you made your life mission changing someone, you're way off of the path of why you came here. Because that's not why you came here. I promise you it's not. But you are on this path of self-discovery, yes, and seeing that hope and potential in yourself. Now, this person is holding on to what they got. They're not letting go. They're of one mind. They're very fixed in their energy. I feel this person's on a lower vibration than you, but not all of you. If they're in a high vibration, then this person is ready to invest some time and energy into you or the connection. Like, they may be seeing your worth and wanting to invest in that, but you'll know who you're dealing with, right? You know if the person you're dealing with is a high vibration or not. You know if they're in a good mood or not, if they are open and available or not. Don't tell me you don't know the difference, because you can feel it out, right? With your own intuition. Could be dealing with a fixed sign: Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus. Why could I not think of that? Capricorn, Virgo, and Leo. More Leo energy. Could be another Leo. Virgo. And while I'm meditating, don't forget to give me a like. 700 in here, 200 likes. Help a girl out. All right, Virgo. Okay, so it took me a minute to get yours, Virgo, whereas like Leo is right there. So I feel that you are, to some degree or another, hiding your feelings, yes. Um, but what I got was an image of the heart chakra. Actually, it was one below, so I can't remember what this chakra is. Is it your, it's not your sacral. If you know it, is it plexus? But one of the chakras was lighting up immensely. And it felt like an emotion that you need to shine some more light on as to why you consistently feel a certain way. Because I feel like you've accepted a behavior or emotion that isn't the truth to who you are, or isn't even close to the potential that you could have. You know, like you've given yourself a baseline mood, or and it's somehow playing into your personality where it's not really serving you anymore, and spirit's wanting you to elevate in your emotional arena. So say you have been stuck in a rut, and so you're kind of disgruntled, or you're kind of like quick to get frustrated. It's time to move out of the energy, up the emotional scale, right? So a level up from frustration would be contentment. Just finding contentment with what is going to help pull you a little bit up the emotional scale, not all the way to joy, because I feel you've been stuck at a certain emotional vibration for a while now. And I think it would be too much of a leap for you to try to go from there to there. So I think it's a message about being content with what is currently surrounding you and fueling that contentment by finding more contentment and getting very general. So like maybe your day didn't go as well, or somebody pissed you off, but I really like this dinner I'm about to eat, or I really like my pillow, I really can appreciate like the trees or the foliage. It's like getting very general will help pull you up the emotional scale to where it's easier for you to get into a happier space and stay there. Because I think some of you, you've reached that happy space, but it's short-lived because you're living vibrationally speaking in consistently in a certain emotion that you need to move forward from. And that's kind of what I'm seeing. I don't even know if I need cards. So it took me a moment to get that because some of you aren't ready to hear it. I think most of you are. You just, you know, Virgo, you like to have your emotions to yourself. You don't want people prying. And I feel I was kind of prying a little bit when I was trying to meditate on your energy and you were pulling away. So some of you may be pulling away from someone you think is prying, or you could be prying and therefore someone is pulling away. Like someone doesn't want you to see their inner world, or you're not wanting them to see your inner world. Okay. So let's see, Virgo. Man, you're stubborn. Okay, I'm learning that all problems resolve themselves. Now, some of you downright dealing with the Aries, or you got Aries in your chart because that was their message. I'm learning that all problems resolve themselves. So I feel, Virgo, there's that same message, you know, but even though that's the same message Aries have, I actually feel it different for you. I feel like you're wanting to shy away from even expressing what the problem is to begin with. And, you know, they always say step one is admitting or acknowledging the problem. And some of y'all haven't even got to step one yet. Or you're in step one, but you don't know how to get to step two. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the $9.99. And that's how you get to step two. Find contentment with what is. That's it. Some of you are stuck and you're trying to get to the next step, and that's the answer. That's the answer. You got to move up the emotional scale, or you're just going to keep getting the same, you know, and I think you're trying to break free from that because, yeah, this is contentment, patience, nurturing yourself, finding comfort in your surroundings, finding comfort with where you're at is what's going to get you to the next level. I feel like, you know, it's, for some reason I keep getting the word prying. So I just want to remind you that nobody can pry unless you allow them in. You see, I couldn't even meditate on your energy without your permission. So it's like nobody's trying. I don't feel like somebody's trying to pry, although some of you may be. I feel it's more a fear of yours that somebody's going to see your inner world and then judge you because you've been actually secretly judging others, you know, or something stupid like that, where where like you think if people know how you really felt, then you would be shamed, you know, or something way out of alignment. Because listen, Source already hears every intention and it hasn't judged you, not yet, because you're unconditionally loved by Source. So if Source is unconditionally loving you, then why not unconditionally love yourself? You know what I'm saying? And don't worry about it. So person you're dealing with, 9 of Pentacles. This person's working on self-sufficiency, claiming their independence, being more in tune with themselves and their surroundings. I feel like this person has a very singular energy, meaning I don't think that's what I was saying. I don't think this person is trying to pry. I think you think that, but they're not, you know, or vice versa, because it could be interchangeable. But somebody has a preconceived notion that is not the truth of the situation, okay, whether that's you or them. And when you step back from this, you will see that, all right? Could be doing with Taurus, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, ooh, Capricorn, Virgo, Leo, Sagittarius energy. I gotta hurry up because I'm losing my lighting. So let's go into Libra. All right, so Libra, I got a few words. Stronghold. I saw a vision of two hands that were initially shaking and then they started arm wrestling. So someone that you initially had maybe a friendship with or a friendly connection with becoming more of a struggle. And it's got a stronghold on you, I feel. Because you like to be the mediator, Libra, and so you don't like the feeling of tensing against something or someone. You don't like feeling pitted against someone, or someone having that strong hold on your emotional self. And so I feel a bit of a tug of war energy. And I heard 2 against 1. I don't know if some of you feel that that's 2 against 1, or someone is claiming that, or someone is feeling that. I don't really know what that part's about, but let's see. For my Libras, it says, you actually got 2. I want to feel good. It's the same message. It says, I want to feel good. Then it says, nothing is more important than feeling good. Duh. But it's just not that simple, is it? That's the internal battle. It's like wanting to feel good, knowing it feels good to feel good, and then not feeling good. You know, so I feel there's something that has a hold of you that's not allowing you to fully express or fully allow yourself to feel good. So you're holding something energetically in a thought form that is making you feel that there is something pushing against your ability to feel good. And although it may feel very real to you that you shouldn't feel good if that's going on, this is saying you need to release that because you can't control it and feel good anyways. Because there's nothing more important than feeling good, and you know that. Naturally, as human beings, we know that happiness and feeling well is the key to our success. But oftentimes, people will make you believe in society that you have to have a certain amount of standards, beliefs, or things in order to feel well and good, and that's not the truth. You could feel well and good right now. In fact, you should, because the only thing holding you away from that is your thoughts about it. I'll only feel good if this comes. I'll feel good when this is over. I'll feel good when that person understands me. And you hold goodness away from you when you do that. And it's just a simple act of, I'm going to feel good now. And because I'm feeling good now, that's going to happen or resolve itself anyways. And stop with the strongholding. Because I don't feel that you're strongholding someone else. I feel you're holding yourself accountable. So even in your mind, you have justified this. You are holding yourself accountable. I will not feel good because I do not like this about myself, and I will not feel good until I stop doing that thing or that behavior or that thought. And until I stop doing that, I'm just going to feel really crappy about myself, and I'm just going to hate myself. And it's like, what sense does that make, Libra? What sense does that make? You know what I'm saying? It's like, whamps if you never get there. You're going to spend your whole life feeling bad? Just get there now. Just be like, yeah, that's me. This is who I am. This is what I do. Sometimes I'm good, sometimes I'm bad. But God loves me, so I love me. You know? Feel good now. Feel good now. So then you have Neptune here, which is all about dreams, imagination, memories, the subconscious, self-sacrifice, universal love. Yes, that's what I'm speaking about. Spirituality as well being highlighted for you during this time frame. Some of you want to go too much into escapism, you know, and that's really not helping, because sometimes when you go into escapism, you feel worse. So that's your sign to stop doing that, because if it feels bad, then stop doing it. You know, unless you can change your thoughts or beliefs around it, stop doing it. But I guess this is just a simple reminder, Libra, that nothing is more important than feeling good. And don't set aside goodness for tomorrow or next year or when you achieve something. Set it for right now, and you'll get there so much faster. So this is also saying, listen to your dreams, listen to your heart. Your intuition and emotions are speaking to you. I have a song by heart in my head. I think it's by heart. Maybe it's Roxette. Listen to your heart when it's calling for you. Really, Libra? Come on now. Seven of Swords, the Star in the reverse. And I mean that with love. I'm a Libra moon. So as I'm being hard on you guys, I'm being hard on myself. So don't worry. And I'm not being hard on you. I say it all with love. Yeah, you're deceiving yourself. You're deceiving yourself. You're thinking about something the wrong way. Now, if this isn't your energy, somebody could literally, well, it's not the truth, but you feel someone has deceived you and you can't let it go, or you're really holding on to something. You're saying you let it go, but you didn't let it go because it's still here and it's still dwelling in your thoughts and it's showing up in your dreams. You know, your subconscious is showing it to you. It's affecting your ability to feel good. And I feel that, you know, this is saying, first of all, get into a space where you understand that you can feel good anyways, like I said. And that will allow you to close the chapter on that. And then walk right into your emotional fulfillment. And now I have these boots are made for walking. That's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. So I feel you walking into some happiness. It's a personal transformation, Libra, and one that you probably haven't spoken about to many. I think some of you have a fear of being judged. Some of you have Virgo in your chart. If so, go back and watch Virgo, or you're dealing with one. I think you can relate to the Virgo reading, maybe. Whoa. You're dealing with Death card, Scorpio energy for some of you. This person's going through a lot of changes, endings, transformations, you know. So again, and I heard don't judge a book by its cover. You know, what your idea of someone is currently may not be who they actually are becoming. Meaning, I feel this person going through a lot of personal changes that you may not be aware of because they're not evident to you on the surface. But trust that this person is also coming into alignment with what feels good to them, and they are going through some changes that you will see later on. Right now, put the focus on your own well-being And like I said, you're walking into an emotionally fulfilling week, yes, and experience overall. So Scorpio energy, Aquarius energy, Sagittarius, Pisces. Could be Cancer, Gemini, or another Libra. And like I said, if you're dealing with a Virgo, go check out Virgo. Rewind. Oh, my lighting is going, guys. Let's see how fast I can do this. Scorpio. Give me a second. So, first of all, happy birthday to any of my Scorpios as we go into Scorpio season. I had two images, and one was the crescent moon, but it was two crescent moons. Two crescent moons that were coming together to make a whole. And then I saw snake eyes, which, if you think about snake eyes, it is like two crescents with a slit in the middle, right? And I got a message about the eyes in particular in Scorpio's reading that I did last week. So I feel like, there's two halves coming together during this time frame. Now, this could literally mean on the full moon, something that has been separated is coming together, and the full moon is on Halloween, actually. The 30th, 31st, 1st, around there, this weekend. Or something is coming together in your mind during this time frame, like being illuminated by the full moon. Your intuition could be heightened as it is Scorpio season. But be careful with the jealousy, okay? Because when I think of snake in particular, snake eyes, I think of someone that maybe doesn't have the best of intentions. And I don't know if that's coming from you, Scorpio, or the person you're connecting to. But it's like, remember that the universe hears not what you say, it says what you mean. So, you might want to clear out those types of emotions before you act on things this weekend. As I feel like whatever energy you're coming from, it's going to be mirrored back to you, again, with the two moons facing each other. I didn't mean to get a card out for you already, but I did. It's the Ace of Wands. So ready to take action, inspired action, ready for new creative pursuits. This could be a new opportunity being presented to you, or something you're presenting to someone else. I heard, it's my fire. It's my fire, it's my sexual desire. I don't even know the tune. It started to come in and then it went. So some of you, your sexual desires may be piqued this week. Okay. Or it's just talking about like desire in general, for things that you want. And it becoming like really evident to you how the pieces are going to come together. Okay. It's interesting to me because I feel like the way that you see it coming together, Scorpio, is not actually how it's going to work. And I just popped some bubbles. I'm sorry. But it's because if you think about, something needs to shift or change in order for the pieces to fit together. And so, the way you envisioned something coming together is not the way it's actually going to occur. But I feel things are going to start showing themselves. Like the puzzle pieces are going to start coming together. And oftentimes it's better than what we think it's going to be, not worse. So this is saying like, you're trying too hard to make something happen, like just let it naturally happen and it will come together a lot easier. Because I also feel like some of you are trying to think about two crescent moons. You're trying to shove it together like this, but really it needs to rotate first before they fit into each other. So it's like something still needs to rotate or change, and you might be trying to force something too soon, and you're getting some pushback or some stagnation in it because, you know, your spirit's not going to guide you into a situation, relationship, whatever, that's not lined up for you yet. So it's like it may feel like things don't go as planned, but it's because there's a better way it could line up without so much force. You know, something like that, all right? Your reading was very clear. Yes! Oh my god! Here I'm talking about puzzle pieces. Can you guys look at this? What is that? That's a puzzle piece. Yeah, and it says irritation, puzzles, mystified, contradiction, missing the mark. So it's like, don't try and force something, or like just let things naturally occur the way they're going to occur, and have faith that it's working out for you. It's always working out for you, okay? This person has the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, Six of Cups. This could be someone you have past history with, a karmic bond, so to speak. With the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, I feel like there is a turn of events going on in this person's life that you do not know about, okay? And or if you do know about it, you don't know the breadth of it, the depth of it. So I just feel like that's why you need to, I know you feel fired up right now, but it's like, yeah, you can act, but there's a better way this could come about. You know, this is saying allow divine timing to do what divine timing is going to do. But whoever you're dealing with, they have some patterns, some cycles going on an emotional level in their own life, that they're tending to right now, okay? And that they're not ready, all right? So you may be ready, but they're not ready, okay? So it's like, wait for the timing to be correct. Now, some of you, that timing is going to be on the full moon. For others of you, you might have to wait until the next full moon, or I don't want to give you a timing because then you're going to hyper focus on it. You'll know when it feels right because it will just be natural. It will feel natural. It won't feel pre-planned. You know, it won't feel overthought. It will just happen. Could be dealing with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Those are the predominant zodiac signs I have. Piscean energy here. You know what? I didn't even look at your card. It says, I'm life everlasting. I'm an eternal being. So this is saying, remember that you're eternal, Scorpio. There's no need to rush anything. All is well. Let the puzzle pieces sort themselves out. And I heard all's well that ends well. All right, Sagittarius. What's with the shoes, Sagittarius? Hold on a second. So, a little bit hard for me to concentrate with my dogs going crazy, but that doesn't surprise me for the Sagittarius reading because your readings have been crazy hectic. And it's because your brain is crazy hectic. So, some of y'all, you might have a lot of distractions going on, and I have felt that in your readings for a while. But to get back to what I was saying, as soon as I went into meditation, I saw an image of someone slipping someone's sandals on their feet. And I got a message about shoes or walking in someone's shoes for the last live reading that I did for you. That's why I asked, what's up with the shoes? What's up with the shoes? It's walk them out in my shoes. Some of you might be saying that to someone, like, you don't understand, walk them out in my shoes. Or they may be saying that to you. And you're wanting to say to them or to convey to them that I have walked in your shoes and I do understand. It's like wanting to convey to someone that they are either not alone or that you do understand, but you just choose differently. And if it's not you doing this, Sagittarius, then it's someone feeling that way or expressing that to you. But it's like, both people kind of going through the same emotional journey, but because it's showing up in different ways in their life, they're trying to say, well, you don't understand my journey or my perspective. And the other person is trying to convey or feels like I do. Maybe it wasn't that exact circumstance, but I know how it feels. Like trying to show empathy is what I'm feeling here. And it's really interesting because I was just talking about this on my live last night and I took it down. Just because I don't always keep my lives up. Sometimes I take them down. But what I was feeling in that live was like people assuming that they're the only ones going through something and then pushing away the well-intended advice of others who can relate because they want to keep that pain to themselves. And then they start defining themselves by that. And it's like, no, this is my journey. This is my pain. You don't understand. When it's like, yeah, actually I do. And it's really an immature way to think because it doesn't really matter on what scale. We all know the full range of emotions. You want to know why we all know the full range of emotions? Because we are of the same source. And source is nothing but a collection of all the thoughts ever thought and all the feelings ever felt. And that's why we can empathize with other people. That's why we can feel people's pain. We can understand what that would feel like. And it is also because in our own lives, we have felt those emotions at some point in time. Maybe not the same circumstance, maybe not to the same degree, but you felt it, I promise. So it's almost like, someone needing or you wanting someone to come to that understanding or you needing to come to that understanding. I get kind of a childish energy, like a temperamental energy. I don't know if that's around you or maybe you have a tendency to do that because you got to keep yourself in check as well. Maybe you are someone who does that or you think nobody will understand, but I think that if you were to really open up, Sagittarius, I think you would be surprised at how many people completely understand, and we need more people like that in the world that are more readily willing to express all emotion, not just not just the ones we think people want us to see, you know, not just the ones we think people want to see, but all of them, and then understand how connected we really are underneath it all. This says, my joy doesn't depend upon the approval of others. My joy does not depend on the approval of others. Well, there you go. There you go. Now, some of you, that's a good thing to know, but some of you have taken it too far where your unhappiness doesn't depend on the approval of others, where you've taken this opposite stance of, well, if I want to feel bad, I'm going to feel bad, and it's my pain. And it's like, okay, feel how you want to feel, Sagittarius, but don't live there. You know, bounce back out of that, back into your joy, okay? Because I feel a bit of defensiveness coming through. And I really feel it's you, but it can be the person you're dealing with. And you're going to know if it's you or not. But it's like this fierceness coming through and this independent type of energy. But it's almost like you're protecting your emotions so much that you're kind of pushing your joy out. Because some of you are pushing away someone that wants to understand you. But you're so used to this person misunderstanding you or being misunderstood, or you've got a developed pattern here where you almost push away what it is that you're wanting. I don't think it's intentional. In fact, I know it's not intentional. I think it's a learned behavior, a developed behavior, which Sagittarius is fierce. Don't get me wrong. There is nothing, well, there's lots of cute and cuddly about a Sagittarius, but a Sagittarius will also, you know, which is what I appreciate about the sign of Sagittarius. They don't take no shit. You know what I'm saying? Just to say it bluntly. But it's like there's a time to not take no shit, and then there's a time to lower the sword a little bit. You know, let the joy in a little bit more. Let the softness a little bit more. Let this more nurturing, mothering, empathy. This speaks to me of empathy for others. Allow that to be your dominant vibration this week. And watch the joy flood in. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, empathy starts with yourself first. Meaning you need to love yourself just as you are right now, and then extend that love to others. Okay, I only wanted a few cards, but the person you're dealing with is the Strength, the Queen of Wands, the Tower, the King of Pentacles. So I feel like this person, they're mustering up. That's not a word I usually say. They're mustering up the courage to make some big freaking changes. Okay, and they're a little bit closed off in their energy. There's going to be some big changes in this connection. And for some of you, it's, I keep hearing financial freedom. Somebody wants their financial freedom. Not really sure what side that's coming from. But there's a disruption in the chaos, so to speak. There's a disruption here. All right. And it's like having the strength to change. And it's like, I'm going to change with or without you. With or without you. Okay, so I had that song come up in Capricorn as well. You could be dealing with the Capricorn or have Capricorn placements, but I feel enough is enough, and I feel it. I feel that it's you making that choice, and this person doesn't want it, or they don't want to see it, or they're like oblivious to what's going on with you, or like you're making some major changes and they're sleeping on you, or they got their eyes closed, or they're not paying attention. So this is really gonna grab at them when they do finally wake up or come to a realization here. Thank you for the $2.99. If you've been going through a lot of changes, Sagittarius, this person doesn't either want to see it or they don't see it, because like the changes could be subtle emotional changes, and a lot of times change takes place on a vibrational level before it comes into the physical. So you feel, I think, a lot of changes. This person don't see it, but then when it comes, it's going to really open their eyes. Like, you know, when it comes to fruition, yeah, it's going to open their eyes. So Scorpio energy here, Leo energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I'm going to turn a light on because it's getting really super dark in here. Well, let me see if I can do this. We might could get it. Can you still see me? All right. Hold, please. How's that? I'm a little yellow. Let me try and switch it up here. Just have to accept that I'm yellow right now. I don't want to be yellow, but I'm yellow. The low light was working. Fine, I'll turn it back off. Fine, but if we end up in the dark, it's that person's fault that told me not to adjust my lighting. I just want you guys to know that. I'm just kidding. I won't blame it on you. All right, Capricorn. So Capricorn, I'm having a lot of trouble, similar to Virgo. One, I'm 11 readings in, 10. So my thoughts are getting messier. But I feel like there's a lot of complicated emotion going on and your thoughts are a bit scattered. So it's like I would see an image and then it was gone, and then I'd see an image and then it was gone, and I couldn't grasp any of them. Um, and I think I felt this in the reading that I did for you this past week, this kind of messy mind energy. And that's so unlike you, because I feel usually you are one of the most organized, and I don't mean like in your physical environment and thought, of the zodiac signs. Meaning you usually have a project plan and then you stick with it. But I feel a bit like pulled in many two, really Too many different directions. Okay, so let's see. You have Libra energy here, and I also feel mental exhaustion. So, you know, when I am channeling a collective, which is what this is, a collective, and I'm asking for a certain sect of you, I get like the emotion that comes with it, and I feel exhausted, you know, and I felt kind of giddy. Not giddy, but I had a much higher energy in the Sagittarius reading. So I feel like you need to get some rest, get some balance, get some more peace in your life. I can't even see these cards anymore. This is saying have more harmony, more cooperation, more balance. That's exactly what it says. Everything I just said. See, I don't even need to read the cards. Some of you could be dealing with Libra, by the way, or have Libra in your own chart. Then this says, the vibrations of my being influence the universe. Yes. So Capricorn, when you're feeling off, don't you recognize that everything is off around you? Because your energy is an emission, like a radio wave. And so it's like when you're feeling off, then others are kind of picking up on that, and everything feels just slightly off, you know? And this is coming back into alignment or coming back into balance, and you really need some good sleep or maybe meditation, something to clear and calm your energy. Because I feel that even though you're capable of doing it all, you don't need to do it all right now, and you can't do it all right now. You know what I'm saying? So this is saying the most important thing you can do is to tend to your own emotions at this point, especially with all of the energy that's emanating from this full moon, okay? So you may be feeling it pretty heavily in your energy. So, Page of Cups, I heard transcendence. So, this is being open to new opportunities, new things coming in, new ways of doing things, but you need to chill for a moment, you know, and just take some time out to see the higher perspective first. Allow yourself to become calm and balanced again. And then there is new things coming through, you know. Some of them is like things that you thought only when pigs fly is that going to happen. Well, pigs might fly this week. You know what I'm saying? Because there is luck here and an opportunity to reconnect. But mostly the opportunity is to reconnect with your higher self. See, now I'm going into the darkness, you see? Some of you are reconnecting with an old flame. Twin flame. Six of Cups, the Death card. Scorpio, for some of you. And that could be in the physical or in the ethereal. Because we don't lose connections just because we lose our physical body. We always exist. We always exist. But I feel like this is someone from the past resurfacing, or a past emotion resurfacing. I feel a reconnection here. Now, like I said, a lot of you, it's got nothing to do with another person. It's reconnecting with yourself. But I just feel like whoever this is that you're dealing with, they are someone that you have past history with, possibly had an ending with. But there's a lot of changes happening in the ethers, you know, and it's like being more conducive. What? No. Yes. I'm having arguments with my higher self right now. All right, conducive. Being more conducive to the environment. What I'm seeing is a tuning fork. Being in tune. Being in tune helps you to reconnect. Being in tune. In whatever way that is for you. Yeah. Scorpio energy here, Libra energy, Pisces, Cancer energy here. And possibly fire. Aries, Leo, Sag. Reunited and it feels so good. Can I turn on the light now? Thank you. I guess I'm just going to be orange for Aquarius and Pisces. Sorry, guys. It's fine. All right. Aquarius. Okay, that was fast. I saw a flashlight, and then I saw Black Panther, and then I heard the song by Janet Jackson. Black cat, run away. Better watch your step. Oh, you're gonna die. Is that the name of the song? First of all, I love Janet Jackson. Queen. But I just feel like that's kind of a deep reading. That's kind of a deep message. So watch your step, Aquarius, because not all are cheering for you. And I don't like those kind of messages because I don't want to instill fear. You're protected, darling. You're fine. But, you know, sometimes when that light shines, not everybody likes it. You know what I'm saying? And there might be a light being shown on you and, you know, needing to watch your step along the way. Or it's like, yeah, okay, I saw that come out. You have someone that's stalking you. I hate to say this. These are not the messages I usually like to get. And I'm not saying that like in a creepy, they're hanging out in your bushes kind of way. But I'm saying in like, they know they're watching you. They're watching your moves, or they are asking about you, or they are, you know, gossiping, or they're getting information without you giving it to them, Aquarius. So that could just be for a few of you. And I'm going to say that's not all of you, but if it was for you, you knew it. Because that message was really strong. And if you think of a black cat, you think of superstition, right? You think of Halloween, for one. And watch your step. And I don't mean it like, what I mean is pay attention. Yes, thank you. Pay attention. Pay attention to the red flags. Pay attention to how someone moves. They said, call the cops. I don't mean it in that way. I would never give a message of fear. I mean this as in, I obviously if you feel threatened, yeah, do that. But I mean it in a more spiritual sense, that someone feels connected to you. Someone feels almost obsessively connected to you. Like I said, I got stalker energy. I can't lie. Like I feel an attachment here. And I don't usually talk about that kind of stuff. But holy crap, look what's on here, a cat. But like I said, that's not all of you, okay? You'll know if it's you because you've suspicioned it. So that's your confirmation. This says, first I seek joy and all else follows. I'm selfish enough to want to feel good. So someone deems you as selfish, I feel, because your full attention, or any of your attention for some of you, may not be on them. And they may feel like jealousy or looking into, okay, so if you're not on, you know, if you're not paying attention to me, then what are you paying attention? Who are you paying attention to? You know, like that type of energy. And really, I think you're not up to no good, Aquarius. You're just finding your joy. You're just following your joy. A lot of you are in um, this path of finding more joy in your life, and you're getting maybe distant from this person, and they feel that you're being selfish, but you're just prancing around, and that is so crazy because there are antlers on this animal. And that came up in the Aquarius reading. I think I called them antler ears or something stupid. But, all right, so you've got Libra in the 6th house here. So you could be dealing with Libra or Virgo during this time frame. But it's like, yeah, there's a sense of working on your well-being, working on having more harmony in your life. Pulling that into you. That's where I feel your entire focus is. And somebody's viewing that as selfish. When really it's like, well, if you put that same time and energy into yourself as opposed to what I'm doing, you could be in the same good feeling space with me. But it's like this person is so busy looking outwardly that they are not doing enough self-reflection, I feel. And that's why they are viewing you as, detached or selfish or not caring, etc. But it's more a reflection of what they have going on internally. And they should really do some working on their well-being so they can raise their vibration so that they can feel good and joy, But like I was saying in Libra's reading, I think it was Libra's reading, that's not your job to get someone there. It's their job to pull themselves up by their own bootstraps. And you know what it is? I think someone's trying to intimidate you. And they don't know that you are protected, or that you're aware of this person's intentions or moves, and so they think you don't see something coming, but you see you already know, or it's like someone's trying to be like, you better watch it, and it's like an intimidation factor. Like, this person may get their way in life by intimidating others, but I don't feel you're intimidated at all, actually. King of Wands, King of Cups in the reverse, and the Eight of Pentacles. So yes, this is having the confidence. Like I said, I don't feel being intimidated at all. I think you're focused on your work, your well-being, what makes you happy, and it's throwing someone off emotionally. You could be working on your own emotional imbalances, not really telling the world, that you're working on things emotionally, but you may be keeping that to yourself. But I feel for the most part, this dedication to your craft, to things that bring you joy, and having more confidence. What is this person's energy? The Devil, the Six of Swords, Six of Wands, and the Empress. Yeah, I feel there's that obsessive energy, codependent energy, jealousy, addictions, lower level energy, and it pulls at this person. They don't like your achievements. And this can be vice versa, don't get me wrong, but I don't think for a lot of you this is vice versa, because this person's stuck. Like, they're very attached. They may not even want to be, but they are. So it's like this person is wanting to successfully overcome this, of course, and they're trying to be patient with the situation, but I think that they keep getting sucked back into their more pessimistic self, the intimidation factor being an issue, whether that's coming from you or them. Intimidation, Yeah, you may intimidate this person. But if you do, I feel like you don't even know. Or you're not trying to. You're just trying to feel good about yourself, and that's intimidating them because they're not feeling good about themselves. Or something like that. Oh, see, this is what happens when I do readings at night. You know. So I feel like Aquarius, the higher level message here is to seek your joy anyways. And those who follow and vibe with you, they'll understand you. And those who feel you're being selfish, not your problem, you know. They will eventually hear their calling towards what makes them feel good, and they have their own guide as well, and it's speaking to them always. So you just stay where you're at with your confidence and don't waver. All right, Pisces. I am so hungry, y'all. I made baked potato soup in my crock pot, and it smelled so good. I am so hungry. How can it be night if there's a yellow shiny sun on my screen? Is that a real question? Because I have a light on. A lamp? I have a lamp on. What are you talking about? I didn't mean to be facetious. But I promise you I'm not lying. It is definitely nighttime here, so. All right, Pisces. Micah. If you can't be nice, don't come in here. I'm giving you my time and energy for free. If you don't like the way that I read, find another reader. And I'm going to wish you well. So now I'm going to go into Pisces. And FYI, I'm not messy. I'm always saying exactly what's on my mind. That's just me, naturally being me. So, okay. Pisces. Okay. So I did not mean to go into a meditation that long. I'm sorry, but because there's so much going on right now, it's just taking me longer to clear my brain. Um, I got a high level pitch in my ears and then a clear white light. So I feel that, one, Pisces, you could also benefit from clearing your energy. Two, there's downright clarity coming in for you because I feel at peace and at ease and kind of getting really clear on some things that I think that have had a hold of you or had been impacting you on a mental level. I just feel this sense of not living in a state of fear anymore and being called towards that and trusting a little bit more that you are being guided and listening to your emotions again because sometimes, not sometimes, but lately, Pisces, I felt like you were ignoring your intuition. You were suppressing emotion for a while. And now I feel like things are getting in tune. So, ooh, I like that. Because you know what, for Aquarius, I'm not gonna lie, I was not digging that vibe. And not how I would typically read, but with Pisces, it's a I don't want to say it's a subtle change. There's a pretty big change going on here. And definitely getting clear-minded. So I don't know if I'm gonna get any cards. Give me one for Pisces. Well, I just want that one. So this says, it's not my work to control others, and there's a butterfly in the picture. Maybe that's the conclusion that you're coming to. It is not my work to control others. Isn't that the best conclusion you could ever come to, Pisces? Just be honest. It's kind of nice to know at the end of the day that you don't actually have to assert yourself to anyone or control anything other than yourself and your own emotion and your own vibration. Because I think some of you got into helper mode, which Pisces can do, where you started absorbing other people's energies or problems, thinking that you had to fix or control things. And it's like coming to this clarity of, you know what, I can just let it go, you know? Or, you know, like releasing the stress. I don't want this in my psyche anymore. It's like kind of a releasing energy. And then the Five of Wands, which is tests and challenges. Yes, that stress is rising off of you and you're feeling it. Now, some of you have been tested in your faith or feeling that tension a lot. And I feel this week it is getting clarity that tension is coming from the need to control something that's outside of your control. And just come to that understanding, like I said, and you'll feel immediate relief of knowing that you couldn't control that if you wanted to, and so it's not worth giving attention to, you know, and being able to flip the subject. So, Six of Swords, yes, moving past the pain, moving forward. Now, some of you still have some fears here about being led astray emotionally. So you're still not fully trusting how you're feeling at this point, but you're making forward movement anyways into a clearer space, right? There is some self-doubt going on, I feel, as to like, well, if I move forward, am I going to lose something? And this is saying you never lose, you only expand. What's for you is for you. Stop trying to control it. Stop holding on to it. Follow your emotion, because it's leading you out of these rough waters, you know, into a more calm place, I feel. And then the Seven of Wands, Two of Pentacles. So I feel the person you're dealing with is of two minds. They're kind of moody. I'm not gonna lie to you. This could be the person that tests your energy. Because they get defensive so easily and they're back and forth, and it's like the more you relinquish control over this person, how they feel, their moods, you know, stop trying to dictate that, the calmer you're going to feel. And then you leave this person to handle it themselves, pick up their own pieces, you know, have ownership of their own emotion. Because honestly, right now, I don't feel you have that support to give, because you are kind of coming out of your own space, emotional space, you know, where you've had to kind of go within yourself. And so it's like, don't fight a battle that's not yours, Pisces. Especially to someone that is very quick to defend or quick to be on guard. And they're wishy-washy. So it's like one day they feel this way, the next day they feel that way. And then one day they feel this way, and then one day they feel that way. You know what I'm saying? And really, I feel like you've let this emotionally lead you astray, because you kept trying to control maybe your behavior. Like, maybe it's me. Like, maybe when I act like this, they'll be better to me. Or when I act like this, they'll be better to me. And then what you found is it didn't matter what you did, because it wasn't about you. It was about them. Coming to that understanding, getting that clarity, getting that download, and then looking at how you feel about it and pulling yourself up. This reminds me of the Virgo reading, or pulling yourself up on the emotional scale, you know, and pulling yourself out of this tension and expecting the worst for some of you, or not trusting your emotions. So I feel like your emotions are trying to pull you in the direction of feeling a lighter, more clear energy. But it can be hard when somebody constantly challenges you like this. But again, it makes it easier if you remember it's not about you, it's about them. Put the ownership back on them. You know, don't fight battles that are not yours. So you could be dealing with Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Aries, Leo, Sag, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Wow. Even though I got it done in 2 hours, I still feel like I've been talking a really long time. This is why I like to go live in the morning on Sundays. But I did not want to leave you guys without anything this week, as I won't post new readings till next week. But in the meantime, you could check me out on Facebook and Instagram, as I do go live there. I really appreciate all of the support, and sorry it got kind of messy there for a moment, but I'm wishing you the very best. And until next time, my friends. Oh, wait, no, I do want to give a shout out. Okay, so I had a channel, Medium, read me. She actually missed the deadline for the Read the Reader challenge, but she wanted me to view it anyways. And so I found the reading in my emails. I viewed it. And she just was amazing. And I really loved her energy. She's an Aquarian as well. But she's a genuine channel, meaning her reading had very little to do with the cards at all. Although she did use them as reference points, kind of how I do. But I just loved her energy, so check her out. It's Rebel Tarot, and I'll link it in the description box as well if you want to check her out. So loved her energy. I think she does private readings. And yeah, wanted to give her a quick shout out. So I hope that you guys are doing really well, and I love you so much. And Penelope, I love you the most. I hope you love yourself, okay, honey? But for now, I'm going to remove you. All right. Till next time, guys. And FYI, I was talking to someone in the chat that's trying to make me feel bad, but they don't have the power to do that. That's the beauty of being in alignment. All right. Love you guys. Till next time. Namaste.